Hey everyone, welcome back to Kubota Farm here in East Vineland, New Jersey. And I have been working away. In fact, done a few things since we were last together Sunday. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope your week is starting off well. So, as you can see, I've got the, I don't know, what are these called? Power harrows, I guess you would say. I figured we haven't used that in a while, so I brought that out to take care of this new field that we bought here. Let's hop out of there for a second. Had to feed the sheep. I finished collecting all of the grass from, boy, how many fields did we have in grass? We had the custom field here, and our new field 4 was grass. Our new field 6 was grass. All those got mowed. They all got collected. And I think where we're sitting is, let's take a peek here. I think we've got about 160,000 liters of grass just in our bale storage barn right there, over there, somewhere over there. There it is right there. And then in our fermenting silo, which you can see from here, I think we've got, boy, I think we've got like 640,000 liters. This thing is packed full of grass that is currently being fermented. Let's run over here and take a peek here. So we had 20,000, so not quite as much as I thought. 500 and about 570,000 liters in there. So total, we're sitting pretty good, and this will take a day or two to ferment. And then when it's done, I can transfer a little bit over to the bale storage barn. I might save, probably going to save at least, boy, probably at least half. If not, we might just save all the grass that's in the barn for Sean and company over here, because they have been producing. I mean, they just keep producing wool. Why is this thing knocked around? I'm not entirely sure why this thing is this way. I don't know what's going on with that thing. But they just keep producing wool, and they're just yeah, you guys, they're just maniacs with the wool. So we're going to take care of some of that today. Today is wool sale day. We also need to sell that cornmeal that was produced from our last corn harvest. Then, what else did I do? I planted our 2 fields here in corn. Those were the 2 fields we had last time in corn. Decided to do that again to keep that going. This field, our new field 4, I guess it is, has been cultivated up and is ready for planting as well. And we are going to, we're going to throw down some sugar beets. Why are we throwing down sugar beets? I don't know. I feel like we need to do a root crop. Yeah, I feel like we need to do root crop, and I want to do a root crop. I don't really want to do potatoes. Why am I hitting the wrong button? There we go. Not sugar. Yeah, sugar beets. That's what we want. We want sugar beets. And so I thought, yeah, let's do sugar beets, and we're gonna do them on this field, and we're also going to do them on field 6, I believe it is. That way we can have a decent amount of sugar beets come in, and with those sugar beets, if we want to, I think we can take them to the production. We can lease another production facility and make some sugar out of them, maybe do something like that. I'm not, again, you know, I've just been giving a lot of thought to our pigs, and it's like they're just not big money makers for us. So I don't know, we might set some sugar beets aside for them, because they do need a root crop in their mix. But if I'm being honest, it's not my top priority. Sorry, sorry, pigs. Oh boy, yeah, poor pigs, poor pigs. Speaking of pigs, actually, if we take a look at them, where are they here? Chickens are all right. I'm gonna keep chickens around. So the pigs, yeah, they've got some food, so they're doing okay right now. Do we have any more that need to go to the petting zoo? I don't think so. I think we did that. I think I took care of that already for the month. So next month we'll have 20 more. Um, we'll have 20 more to go to the zoo, and yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going with what we have for the pigs. Let me get started here with our sugar beets. Fire up. This cedar is wonderful, by the way. I love this cedar. I've really gotten to like this Limpkin quite a bit. It's pretty amazing how much more productive um, this cedar is than the original. What was the original we had? I know we had a Kubota. I think it was a 3 meter, so that didn't help much. But at the same time, having this be direct drill is also a huge advantage. And I was actually going to directly plant over the grass that was here and the grass that was in the other field, but it felt kind of weird. It seems kind of weird. It seems really not realistic, and so I decided, you know what, precision farming, whether it likes it or not, we're going to properly cultivate the fields in preparation for our sugar beets. So that's what we're gonna do. At least that's what we're gonna do this time. We'll see how things go. We're probably gonna have a lot of fertilizing to do, which is fine. We've got a lot of slurry that we can use, which is nice. We've got our new fertilizing tanker / spreader that we can use. I'm having a hard time. I feel like I'm having a hard time hugging this left side here for some reason. I guess we got her. It's been a while since I've done sugar beets. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've done sugar beets, and I guess in my mind, I'm not remembering what to expect as far as yield goes, and that's kind of why this time around I'm kind of more tempted to do both fields in sugar beets, because I feel like if we just do one of these fields, it's just not going to be enough. So I may regret that. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to have way too many, but I just need to, I think, get back familiar with sugar beet yield. The next problem to solve is going to be how we're going to harvest them. Whether or not we're going to, just looking at how this planter is flexing, it's got some pretty uneven ground to deal with, and it looks kind of stiff, so I guess it's working all right. How to harvest the sugar beets. What would you call them? Self-contained, or the actual motorized sugar beet harvesters are expensive, really expensive, and are going to be not cheap to lease even, so I'm not entirely sure what to do there yet, but we'll figure it out. We don't have to lease one of them. We could actually get a pull behind. I was looking at the horsepower requirements, and it looks manageable. So we may end up just doing that. We may end up just grabbing a pull behind harvester. I think you have to top them too, don't you? I think so. Yeah. Let's see here. I think they are in... Oh, there we go. Leasing these two items here. But I don't know, that 185 horse and then 85 horse. I think you have to add those together, don't you? So that would definitely put us over what our M8 can do. I guess we wouldn't have to run them both at the same time. That would be the best way to do it. That way we're not making two passes. Let me grab this little section here that I didn't get. I'm not sure how... I'm gonna have to check this Lemkin out on YouTube and see how it operates. It looks really stiff, you know, laterally. And I'm wondering how well it does with uneven ground. It looks like it shouldn't do very well, but it seems like it's doing fine here for us. And a lot of times I'm just not used to planters running at this kind of speed. So every once in a while I'll be cruising along with it and have to catch myself, like look down and see if I ran out of seed or something, or if I forgot to lower it, because it feels weird going 15 miles an hour with a seeder. I don't think that is super realistic. I mean, we're really hauling. You know, this seems really, really fast for a seeder. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe seeders, maybe they have some seeders out there now that can do 15. I don't know. That's uphill. Maybe it was pushing us a bit. I mean, we've slowed down now going uphill. Oh, that was downhill, I'm sorry, when we were doing 15. But yeah, to wait and see. I'll have to check online and see what this thing is legitimately rated for, because I'll tell you what, I would imagine every farmer would love to be able to go 15 miles an hour with their seeder, would be my guess. Talk about knocking it out. Get it lowered and fire it off. Hard to start off when you're going straight away uphill. But this M8 seems to manage okay. It was giving it all she could with that when I was collecting grass on this field, that's for sure, man. And if I had a full trailer when I was getting on the other side of this hill, boy, it was working. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a little something in my throat. Looks like she's getting pretty dirty too. Dirty, dirty seeder. We'll do a little first person action here for a few minutes. Why not? It's nice to every once in a while get a little different perspective. I usually only do it, to be honest with you, when I'm in with GPS, because I find it pretty hard to do first person perspective like this, inside cab I should say, without GPS. The Solitaire 12 in Kubota orange. Who would have thunk? I think we're just about there. There we go. We can give her a lift. Whoa, watch out for that shed there. Looks like this is our last pass. Let's check out this cedar action here. What's going on with it? And I think because it's a mod, you know, I think in real life it certainly would not be able to handle all of the fruit types that this particular mod is able to handle. I mean, I think typically you certainly would not get away with, you know, you wouldn't get away with planting corn with it, that's for sure. I'm gonna assume that really it would be like any other cedar, where it would just be, you know, like barley and oats and wheat, grass. Looked like I had a little spot here that maybe we missed a little bit right there. I think that's it though. Let's check our field out here. Pretty pink. That little spot there, not sure what that is, not a big deal though, but it looks like we certainly got the majority of it. Lift her up, turn it off, get it folded. Turn off our GPS for a second. Step out here, take a look. So, I don't think sugar beets require rolling. Well, I don't think they require rolling because of the mod that I have installed that disables the need for rolling for root crops, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's no needs rolling here. Otherwise, I think the base game would probably want us to roll after sugar beets. Definitely going to need some fertilizer, though, for this field. That is for sure. And we're getting pretty low on seed, but I bet the way seed has been going, we probably will be able to get field 6 planted without having to fill. We're in April, yeah. Oh, and it looks like our hired helper has just about wrapped it up. Looking good. Let's check your work. Not that I don't trust you, but I don't. Little tiny 3-meter. What's over here in this corner? Not sure exactly what's going on here. Alright. That'll work. I guess it is what it is. And we scooch over along this edge over here. It looks like it did okay. How'd we do over here? I think we did okay. Excellent day. Thank you very much, hired helper, for getting this knocked out. A little bit different texture than normal cultivating, but like I said, I felt kind of weird about planting right on top of the grass. It just didn't seem like it was the right thing to do. I think we could have gotten away with it, if I'm being honest, but before we wash this thing, we'll come back to wash it. I'm just going to go ahead real quick and do what little maintenance needs to be done on it so I don't forget. Okay, let's do the rest of our sugar beets. Let's check this thing out. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool looking plant, or cedar, really. I would imagine the biggest maintenance things you'd have to do on this thing is making sure all these air lines stay unplugged. I wonder how, it must have some kind of monitoring system, right? Because You've got, okay, so you've got one large hose going to each of these, looks like each one of these kind of pod things. And then from each of those extends out to each seeder. And there's got to be some kind of a monitoring device that tells you if one of them gets plugged, because that would be horrible if you planted, you know, you were planting all day or seeding all day and found out that like 6 of these things were plugged up. 6, not the main one, but 6 of these little jobbers were plugged up. I mean, that can add up to a lot of loss, I would think. So hopefully it's smart enough to be able to say, hey, Mr. Farmer, we've got a serious problem here. We got some pluggage, we got some jammage going on in the back. How am I going to know? I guess it is kind of changed. It's getting a little bit darker. Okay. I was going to say, how in the world am I going to know what I am hitting with the seeder? But it looks like it's changing a little bit of texture there. Let's grab one. We'll grab one row down here. I don't think this field's going to take us very long to do, that's for sure. Kind of scooch around here, see if we can get lined up halfway decent. There we go. That was not pretty, but got the job done, I guess. And we'll get that knocked out. I think we'll try and do a headland down here so we don't have to deal with these poles. If I can put more cedar on the field than I do in the grass, that would help a little bit too. Oh, I just missed you, Fence. I know you were there. I know. I was paying attention for once. Changed up the tires again on the M8. Got rid of our plowing package and went with just some basic weighted. I think I got the wide weighted tires on the back for seating. I thought that would work. And I think we're going to be able to pick up another field here this month, because we are going to actually, I haven't checked on our spinnery lately to see if it's if we've got any pallets of fabric yet. If I remember right, those fabric pallets are kind of slow to come out, if I remember correctly. I think it takes a while for the spinnery to produce fabric, so it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't have. Kind of doing the loop-de-loops here in this little oddball corner, but I think we've got a lot of wool yet, so we can either, I mean, we can still take some over to the spinnery, but honestly, we could, if we wanted to, make some quicker cash. We could sell a lot of the wool that's sitting over there, and I think with the $350,000 we have right now on hand, plus our cornmeal sales, plus all the wool that we have, we should pretty easily be able to afford some more property. And I'm always open for buying more land. More to plant, more to harvest, more cash. That's what it's all about, right? That and keeping the animals fed. I feel like it's been a while since a map has come out that I have been pretty gaga over. I'm trying to remember. There's been what, 3 or 4 maps recently that have been released, but I don't know. I'm kind of. It seems like It seems like, and not that I'm saying that they're not good maps, but it seems like we went through a spell where, where we were getting some pretty high, highly detailed maps and kind of more unique maps. And now we're kind of seeing, I don't know, I don't want to sound bad about it either, because I'm not saying that we're not seeing good maps. It's just we're not seeing the special, like seems like the special maps that come out, And I don't think we're done seeing those type of maps. I think we will most certainly see some more of those here in 22. Just seems like it's been a while since one's come out that I've been like, dang, man, this person has gone to town on it. I think Farmer Andy, did he end up updating his map? It seems like he did. And I'm trying to remember the name of his map. It's slipping my mind right now. It wasn't on the in-game mod hub. Another map that I didn't really see a lot of people playing, at least from a YouTube perspective, was I'm not gonna know. Totally forget the name of this map, but it was that map that came out for PC and Mac where the mod author was charging for high definition textures. You could download the map for free, but you were getting standard def textures. And then if you paid, it wasn't expensive. I think it was just a few dollars, maybe. You could get the high def texture pack. I looked at that map when it came out, and I know that there were a couple YouTubers, actually more than a couple, that went over it and kind of reviewed it. But it doesn't seem like it got a lot of gameplay. I have to think about what the name of that one is. I think a lot of I would say, the bigger YouTubers that play Farm Sim, I kind of get the impression that maybe they try to play on maps that are cross-platform, which I totally get, And in a perfect world, it would be nice if, everything could be cross-platform. In a perfect world, that's unfortunately not right now. Maybe someday. If I'm being honest, I kind of have my doubts. Unless something significantly changes with either consoles or the game, I kind of have my doubts that we're going to see that. Looks good. So it looks like we got all of our sugar beets planted. We've got our corn planted. Up here, we've got our sunflowers. Whoops, didn't want to do that. We've got our sunflowers planted up front. Grass is here. Number 7 is still a holdout for purchasing. How much is number 7 again? 573,000, with not the greatest yield potential. But really, that's kind of our next big field to purchase. 62 wouldn't be too bad, and it's got better yield potential on it. That might be kind of a nice map to buy too. How much is that one? 574. So it's kind of a toss-up between these two. 7 being, of course, nice and local. But I like the yield potential better on that field over there, that's for sure. Let's check our maintenance on our M8 and our seeder. Bring it over here. Like we always do to check maintenance on it, make sure that I keep that up to date. Ooh, 738 bucks. All right. Limpkin, 643 bucks. This pair has done a lot of planting today. I will give it that. So that's not necessarily too surprising. Whoops, that it was that those maintenance costs were up there. That doesn't surprise me really too much. Let's get you sprayed off a little bit, and especially you, Mr. Powerho. You look like you've been through the ringer. And get you cleaned up while we're here. Much nicer, huh? So you get put away clean. I don't think I can reach you. Well, I can reach you. All right. Can reach the tractor. Looked like your front windshield was getting pretty dirty there. How about you, Mr. Cedar? Can I reach you? I bet that's close enough. That'll get it cleaned. We can put our hose back here. Get the back end. I think that's looking pretty good. Don't need to be perfect. Just close like that is good. Used a lot of silage additive, by the way, too, with all that grass we collected. And I still have, let's check it out. We still have some silage additives. Man, those pallets of silage additives, I mean, they're not cheap, so I guess it's kind of nice that they do last a while. That's for sure. I'd hate to have to be buying that in bulk. So that's going to take care of our seeding, our planting so far. Unless we pick up another field, that's going to wrap it up for this season, which is kind of nice. And then we just have a lot of fertilizing to do, and some selling to do. And we'll get to that on the next episode, I think. I think we're going to wrap it up here on Kubota Farm. We'll go make sure our sheep are happy. How you guys doing? I gave you a lot of grass today, so you should be pretty happy. I don't know if I actually ended up topping them off. It seemed like a lot of grass. No, they still could use a little bit more. They go through it, though. I feel like we probably could sell. I feel like we could probably sell some sheep, but I don't know. Does that do you any good to sell the sheep? Unless, I mean, if you don't need them to reproduce, does it do any good to sell them? Or does their wool production go down at all? Because I think we could, I mean, we've got like, I think once they reach this maturity here, this 39 months, I think they kind of top out. But I don't know if it does any good to sell them. You know what I'm saying? Or just leave them be, because I mean, I would get it if yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. Ooh, sorry, buddy, almost ran you over. It seems like the older ones. I don't have any food for you. It seems like the older. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've never really looked into sheep wool production. You know, if it's better when they're aged or new, younger, or if it's wise to sell the older ones and get some new ones in. I don't know. I just know that they produce a lot of wool, and that makes me happy because we get a lot of money. Maybe I'll figure that out and we'll talk about that next time. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know because I honestly am not too sure how to handle selling some of these sheep, sending them off to the petting zoo. I know our pen is full, so they can't really. There's no place to reproduce. So it'd be cool if you could put down another sheep barn next to this one, and and that way, much like slurry and manure, um, when then the sheep could continue reproducing, and the baby sheep would go over to the new, barn that you have. You know what I'm saying? Or if they had like a separate facility for newborns that would fill up, and then you would transfer them to a pen. That would be kind of cool. There's a lot of different animal husbandry things I think I'd like to see Giants do because I think this is one area of the game where we haven't seen a lot of growth in as far as changes go for that kind of thing. And I think that would add a pretty cool dimension to the game, making animals a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit bigger to deal with kind of thing. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining me. I do appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the episode, if you would please, and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, take care of yourselves and make sure to take care of each other. I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, back here in East Vineland, where we will continue here in April. And hopefully by the end of that episode, we might just be a little richer. We'll see. I'll see you soon, everyone. Bye for now.